The last time I participated in fantasy basketball was when I was in high school. Me and some friends used to do fantasy basketball, fantasy baseball, occasionally fantasy football, and I haven't done it since then. But I decided, because ESPN has this free thing just for fun, you can do a fantasy draft and you draft players and you have once the season starts. So I know it's like way in the off season and everything, but I thought this would be kind of fun. I'm setting it up here months in advance before the season ever starts, so my team's not going to see a whole lot of movement. But I thought, it'd kind of be fun. So I just wanted to go through and show you guys, what I did. This has nothing to do with sports cards. I think 99.9% of my videos have to do with sports cards. This is just about sports, and maybe as we're going along, we can talk about some of the cards for some of these players or something like that. I don't know. But I just kind of wanted to show you what this was all about because it's been a lot of fun for me. So I don't know if it's something you might want to do as well. It's free. If you're addicted to sports, this is a cheaper thing to do than buy more cards when you don't have any money to buy cards with. So this is just kind of a fun thing to do. So, when you sign up, they're going to put you into a league, or you're gonna have to wait for a bit before your league fills up with 10 names, and then eventually it starts a draft. Now, if you're not online at the moment when everybody's there and the draft is ready to start, I think you get like a 3-minute buffer zone or something like that. But if you're not in there, then they'll do auto draft for you. But if you're there, then you can do it. So for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the actual draft. Now, in actual real time, I had to do a lot of waiting here. I'm gonna skip through all of the waiting and everything, and I'll just show you, what goes on with the draft itself.
Welcome to the best day of the year, draft day.
All right, so now it's on the clock. You can see here I have the 10th pick, unfortunately, which is really unfortunate. It is a what's it called, spiral or snake draft thing. So I get the 10th pick and then the first pick of the next round, but that does mean that I miss out on the top 9 players, which is really quite unfortunate. So you can see here there's a lot of auto. It means they're going to choose. So you can see on the right side here of Giannis and then Jokic and then Doncic and then LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid. I like it when it's an auto one, goes through quickly here. Steph Curry, too bad. DeJounte Murray, I guess that makes sense. He does get a lot of different stats. All right, my turn here. What am I going to go for? Oh, no, not my turn yet. Tatum was chosen. Oh, man, who do I got left? Let's see here. Trae Young, Karl Anthony Towns at the top there. That's pretty decent options. John Morant, Devin Booker. I'm getting way far down here. I can probably get some of these in another round by the time I get this far. I don't know. I don't see anything better really than Trae Young and Karl Anthony Towns as far as stats. I wouldn't necessarily draft them if I was trying to just get the best team possible, but when I'm trying to get the best stats possible, I feel like these guys might be pretty good ones. So I'm going to go ahead and get Trae Young, Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns can really fill up those box scores. And Trae Young scores a ton of points. So I would have rather had some of the people picked earlier, Jason Tatum. Steph Curry would have been awesome if he was still around. But all right, now we're on. This is the problem with getting the 10th and then the 11th pick. I don't get another pick again until the 29th, or is it 29th or 30th? No, yeah, the 30th and then the 31st pick. So I think really in a snake style thing, getting the 10th and the 11th, I'm probably in the worst possible draft position, I would say. Maybe my first 2 players are decently high, and then my next 2 players are way back. All right, so I'm going to probably skip over a bunch of this stuff. Darius Garland, James Harden, Jimmy Butler, Donovan Mitchell, John Morant, Fred VanVleet, Devin Booker, LaMelo Ball, DeMar DeRozan, Anthony Davis, Paul George, Domantas Sabonis, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Getting closer to me. Who do I got left here? Some decent names in here, but man, go all the way up to pick 30 for my 3rd player. That's way far down the list. It's tough to think because when you're trying to think of a Pascal Siakam, Chris Paul, when you're trying to think of players, you're not just looking for the best player. So I have to really reframe my mind. When you're looking at sports cards, you're also not looking for the best player. You have to frame your mind into the sports card market. When you're looking at fantasy basketball, you also have to frame your mind into the stats of everything. So it's interesting. You kind of in each of these spaces, you have to think about it in a really different way. All right, we had Chris Paul, Bam Adebayo, and Rudy Gobert. I am up now. Okay, and then Zion Williamson was chosen, which I think I was actually going to go for him. He was chosen. All right, what am I going to go for here? Oh, there's Anthony Edwards. That's an interesting one. But he's way far down there. DeAndre Ayton. Kawhi Leonard. Ooh, he's been injured, so he's all the way down at 56. That's an interesting one. I do have 2 picks in a row here. Damien Lillard, he's a scoring machine. I think he's going to be a monster this year. And I'm going to go for Kawhi Leonard way down the draft board. I don't want to let him slip by. If he comes back from his injury, he could be a steal of this draft. So I think that's a good bet right there. If it wasn't for his injury, you know, he probably would have been one of these top 10, top 20 kind of names. So if I can grab him here in the 4th round, I'm happy with that. Drew Holiday, Nikola Vucevic. So you can see here, I got it over on the left side there. You can see my team shaping up. Damian Lillard's my 6th man off the bench there. Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum. All right, Zach LaVine, De'Aaron Fox. Okay, getting closer to me, but look at this. I have the 50th pick. My 5th name is the 50th pick and the 51st pick. So got a lot of good names being picked in here. Kyrie Irving, a bit risky, but possibly a good one. Tyrese Halliburton. Whoever autos in on Miles Bridges, is he going to have issues this year? I know he got in trouble with the law, some kind of domestic violence or something like that. To look that one up. I hope I'm not just speaking rumors. I don't remember details. I don't know if that's going to affect him. But whoever's an auto, the next auto will probably end up picking up Miles Bridges. D'Angelo Russell. Bradley Beal's an interesting one there. I mean, he gets a lot of points. That certainly helps. I'd rather have him than like Porzingis or something. I'm surprised he's so high up on this list. It's getting tough to choose some of the names here. I see Jaylen Brown still there, though. I hope he's still around on my time. But that's a lot of picks left. I don't think he's going to still be around. Oh, Jaylen Brown picked. I shouldn't have spoken about it, but he still would have been there. Julius Randle. I mean, I guess we're getting into some names. Oh, look at that. Anthony Edwards is still around. Anthony Edwards is probably going to have an extremely good scoring season this year. If that pick is still there at the 50th pick here, I'm absolutely getting that one. Miles Bridges, that was an auto pick. Oh, and there was Bradley Beal in there too. I missed that one. Christian Wood, Terry Rozier. It's getting close to me. Anthony Edwards is still there. DeAndre Ayton could be a good pick. Porzingis was an auto pick. All right. One more pick left. As long as he doesn't get Anthony Edwards, I know who that's who I'm going for that first one. What we got here? Come on, don't pick Anthony Edwards. Get somebody I don't want. Get Valanciunas. Who we got? I don't know. Who am I going to go for my other pick, though? This is tough. Oh, Jamal Murray. I got a lot of guards, but Jamal Murray could have an excellent season coming back from his injuries, possible. Jordan Poole, all right. Yeah, I wouldn't have picked him. Anthony Edwards, my first pick, for sure. Now, the next one's a little tougher. Mobley. I do need a power forward. He's good. And he's probably going to be really good next year. His 2nd year, yeah. I can't miss out on Mobley. He could end up being one of the best stats guys in the league, really. I mean, he's kind of all over the stat board, and he's an amazing player. He had a great rookie season, and I have a feeling his 2nd year is going to be phenomenal. So look at that. I got my full starting lineup. Trae Young, Anthony Edwards, Kawhi Leonard, Evan Mobley, and Karl Anthony Towns, with Damian Lillard coming off the bench as my 6th man. That's a pretty good team. I mean, if there's only 10 teams in the league, I guess everybody's going to have a pretty good team. But I'm pretty happy with that. Despite the fact that I didn't get one of the top 9 picks, I think I'm doing all right so far. I think so when it comes to stats. All right, so let's see here. What have we had happen so far? Robert Williams III was picked. Chris Middleton was picked. All right. I probably wouldn't have gone for either of those guys so much. Cade Cunningham, that could be a steal right there. Jarrett Allen. I got a long way to go, so I'll probably skip through a lot of this stuff. Russell Westbrook, really. Lonzo Ball. Auto pick, but not a bad auto pick, I would say, at this point. Jonas Valanciunas. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of centers. Get a lot of stats. Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes went this late, huh? Well, I did get Mobley, so I'm all right with that. But if I knew Scotty Barnes was still available this late, I don't know. I probably still wouldn't have gotten him. But Marcus Smart. Some of these younger guys, they don't rank high on this list. So there are some possibilities of getting some guys that are a little under the radar, or not under the radar, but just haven't proven themselves yet and have potential. For backup guy, I might look for some potential, not just certainty. You know, some of these players I feel are a little bit more certain in the kind of stats they're going to get, like a Trae Young, Karl Anthony Towns, a Damian Lillard. Some of them are a little bit less certain but have potential. So if I go for some of the rookies or even new rookies, you know, rookies from last year or upcoming rookies, I might consider that as part of the strategy for coming into these later rounds where I just have my backups. Draymond Green. He doesn't get much stats, though. I'm really surprised he was picked. Tyrese Maxey could be pretty solid stats-wise. Malcolm Brogdon after Miles Turner. Those guys are great players. I don't know if they're necessarily the best players to have on a fantasy team, though. They're great glue guys for a team, but I don't think they're big stats guys. I mean, I guess Brogdon can be, but I don't think he's going to be this year. He's going to be important, but I don't think he's going to be a big scorer. We got some Andrew Wiggins, some Derek White, some Klay Thompson, some Ben Simmons. That's an interesting one to consider. Could be a terrible one, but Jalen Brunson could possibly be a good play. Just with his situation, the Knicks not having a whole lot of firepower. It's Anthony Simons. Jamal Murray is still there. Very interesting. Only a couple picks left, and Jamal Murray is still there. That might have to be my guy. Seems possible. Oh, who was picked? Tobias Harris and Jacob Poeltl. They're really getting deep into the centers here. Jaren Jackson Jr., Anthony Simons. One more pick. Then I got 2 in a row. I hope Jamal Murray's still there. Andrew Wiggins. Okay. I was considering him as one of my 2 picks here, but I'm going to go for Jamal Murray. I'm very happy he's still there. I think he could have an excellent season. One of my utility backups there. And then for the other pick is a little harder. There's Desmond Bane, Derek White, Ben Simmons, Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Klay Thompson, Josh Giddey. What's this little play button next to Josh Giddey mean? I don't know. It says his status is out, but I haven't heard anything major. Josh Giddey's a good possibility, actually. I mean, he can fill up the stat sheet. This team is going to be really short. If I was making this as an actual basketball team, I definitely wouldn't choose him. My other bench guys so far, Damian Lillard and Jamal Murray, got super short bench. But I don't know. With this kind of stat sheet kind of thing, Giddey could be a good one. He really does. Desmond Bane scores a lot. He's a really good player too. What should I do? This is a tough one. Who else is down this list? Capella. Oh, interesting. I only have 20 seconds left. What am I thinking here? Usually it's not such a long decision-making process.
Quick, make your pick.
All right, I will. Okay. Where'd he go? Lost him. Where'd he go? Okay, Desmond Bane. Whew. That was close. I couldn't find him there for a second. Yeah, Desmond Bane's all right. I think Josh Giddey could have been a good one, but I think Desmond Bane is a pretty good guy to get for this kind of stat. I don't know. I was making that decision too quick. I don't know if that was the right guy to choose there. I do like Desmond Bane. I think he's a good player, really good player. I'd want him on my team. I don't know. I might have made a slight mistake on that one, though, trying to make a choice in the last 2 seconds. That's all right. It's not too big a deal. Who we got? Colin Sexton, Jonathan Isaac. Okay, I wouldn't have chosen either one of those guys, I don't think. Jonathan Isaac in particular. He's been out for so long, and even he's more defensive-minded than anything. Klay Thompson, OG Anunoby. Those are good picks. Jalen Brunson, that's a good pick. Yusuf Nurkic, I hope that's a good pick as a Blazer fan. John Collins. I don't really have a backup center. I got to think about that too. Clint Capella was chosen. He probably could have been a good one to consider, actually. He gets a lot of rebounds. I got a ways to go before my next pick, so I'm probably going to skip ahead here. Kyle Lowry. Wendell Carter Jr. Interesting. Tyler Hero. Okay, he gets his points. I can see why somebody would pick him. Jeremy Grant, interesting pick. Actually, I think he could be scoring. He could be getting some pretty good stats on Portland since Portland doesn't have a whole lot of firepower. It's possible. Kyle Kuzma, okay. Not who I would have went for, but I think that was an auto choice. Ben Simmons, Karis LeVert. Ben Simmons is a risky one, but this far down in the draft, I could see why. I mean, if he actually does come back to play, he can get some good stat sheets. I mean, he can get tons of assists and rebounds and even a decent amount of points. Karis LeVert, Chet Holmgren. Chet was chosen. Okay. Thomas Bryant, Al Horford. Yeah, Josh Giddey's still there. Going for him. What else do we got here? Shouldn't have chosen that one so quickly. Give me more time for my second pick. I was almost going to choose Giddey last round. Oh, Chet. Oh, right. Yeah. Live, I didn't realize Chet was just picked. I was like, oh, he was drafted. Because I'm thinking my strategy at this point is to kind of maybe pick up some players that are a little bit unknown but have a lot of potential. So Paolo Banchero, his first pick in the draft, rookies don't necessarily get the highest amount of stats, but there's certainly potential. Any of those top 3 picks or even Jaden Ivey, those are pretty likely people to do pretty well. So if I can get them this far down in the draft, it might be worth it. It looks like Jaden Ivey also hasn't been picked. So these are all possibilities. As you can see who else has been picked here. They had a Mike Conley, a Derek White. That was probably a good pick, I think, this far down. RJ Barrett could be a good pick this far down. Bobby Portis, Keldon Johnson, Josh Hart, Norman Powell. Okay, I'm a little surprised at that pick down this far. Sadiq Bey could potentially be a steal pick right there. Cole Anthony possibly as well this far down. Mikal Bridges, as a basketball, I don't know, if I was actually building a basketball team, I would have picked him way higher. Michael Porter Jr., okay, that's a risky, people are taking some risky picks down here that are high upside. Michael Porter Jr. could be another steal of the draft if he doesn't get injured. Harrison Barnes, Spencer Dinwiddie, Gordon Hayward, Will Barton. All right, I don't know if I would have gotten any of those guys myself. Jaden Ivey still there. Gary Trent Jr. was picked. Seth Curry was picked. And now I'm on the clock. Yeah, I am going to go for Jaden Ivey. I think he could be something. Who else do I want here? I mostly just need bench players at this point. My main thing is all chosen. I am going to need a center at some time. Oh, Wagner's still there. I can't believe he's still there. Yeah, I'm getting him. Montrezl Harrell. I wouldn't have gotten him. Bogdan Bogdanovic. I don't know how much play he's going to get. Buddy Hield. Mitchell Robinson. Not bad this far down. Ricky Rubio. Reggie Jackson. Okay. Mo Bamba. Kevin Porter Jr. Dylan Brooks. Okay, we're getting down into the end of the bench. I just need some backup players. Like right now, if Karl Anthony Towns gets injured, for example, what do I do? I only have 1 pick left, and I don't have a backup center. That's got to be my priority, I think. No matter what, I got to just get a backup center, because anybody else gets injured, I got some sort of situation for him. Karl Anthony Towns get injured, I got nobody playing center. So I am going to have to use my last pick to figure out a center. There's not many left. Not many good ones left. Jalen Green was picked this far down. Oh man, he could be another steal of the draft because he's probably going to score like crazy next year, I have a feeling. Second year, he was really showing something in the second half of the first year. I have a feeling he's going to explode. Anthony Edwards kind of explosion I'm expecting from Jalen Green. Markelle Fultz, Lauri Markkanen, and Monte Morris. Okay, none of those guys I probably would have drafted, so I'm all right with that. It's getting close here. Once this guy chooses, I only got 2 more autos, and then it's my choice. So that probably means like Patrick Beverly and Aaron. Oh, he picked Aaron Gordon. Andre Drummond. I was going to consider him. I really need a center. Brandon Clark is considered a center. I don't know, though. He's really a power forward. I don't know if they'd let me slide him into the center position. Plumlee, Whiteside. Oh, gosh. What am I going to do for my backup center? Sengun. Interesting. Zubac is the starting center for the Clippers, so he's going to get some stats just because he's going to get a lot of minutes. I am going to get him. However, you should know that I decided right after this is I actually ended up dropping him and replacing him with James Wiseman. I did it more as a just in case, last pick of the draft, backup center. I ended up getting Wiseman in there just in case because I felt like, if he does come back and be, what he has the potential to be, he could have been a steal of the draft kind of guy. So I did drop Zubac and picked up Wiseman later. So that's where we're at with this team. So I don't know, maybe if you're interested, I can update you once the season starts and we can see how things go, if I do any movements here and there or whatever. This is fun, actually. I really enjoy fantasy basketball. As a sports card person, this has nothing to do with sports cards, but it's fun in the same way that sports cards are fun. So if you like this kind of thing, you can head on over to ESPN and find their fantasy leagues. You can do multiple teams, not in one league, but you can do multiple teams and multiple different kind of draft styles and multiple sports. I actually did end up doing a baseball one later as well. Unfortunately, I missed the draft because it was taking so long to fill it up that it ended up doing an auto draft for me. So I ended up getting a bunch of players I wouldn't have wanted to get. I did do some trades, like 5 different like drops and re-signings and free agency, because I swear the computer made some terrible decisions for me. But anyway, this is fun. If you like this kind of thing, I invite you to check it out. It's cool and it's free, which is the main reason I'm doing it. It's free fun, more fun than a video game or something. All right, that's it for now though. Peace.